All right, Monday morning, heading to run some, do some inspections, run some quotes, meet with an architect. Then I still got to go all the way back down to the south end to look at a condo we're tearing into. So lots of miles every single day. If you got a truck, be prepared to put 40, 50,000 miles on it every single year. Anyways, so the reason for this video is what I considered the hardest part of the job. If you're a bigger company, you have secretary staff or whatever, then you personally won't have to deal with this. Your office staff will. But me personally, we're a smaller company. I deal with a lot of stuff, or my wife deals with it. Pulling permits, checking, keeping our COIs or certificate of insurance up to date, our license up to date in every county that we do work in. We're certified, so we just fill out paperwork and say, yeah, we're certified. Here's our number. Here's our insurance. Have a good day. The reason it's so difficult is not because the paperwork, but because every county and a lot of your municipalities, cities, towns, townships, even some HOAs have their own specific rules. And you have to jump through their hoop to get to the end. Or you may be dealing with the fire marshal. Crazy, I know. So it's a minefield. And just because you get the answer Monday for this same question, and you go to submit another application for permitting or change order or something like that answer may totally change come Thursday. So for instance, we do a lot of work in Walton County, Okaloosa County. Okaloosa County has two townships that we do a lot of work in, Mary Esther and Destin. So Mary Esther, you go down there and you got to tell them what you're doing. They give you the okay. They take your money, right? That's really what it's about. They take your money, and then they say, yeah, now you can go pull a permit. So now you got to go over to the county and say, hey, we got the blessings from Mary Esther. We're good to go. Mary Esther doesn't do the inspections. They don't check up on the work. They just take your money. But that is the minefield. So then you go to Okaloosa, and Okaloosa's like, what are you doing? Oh, we're going to do a small repair on the trusses of this condo. All right, we need you to go to the fire marshal. And you send it to the fire marshal. Fire marshal's like, I don't know why you're over here. I don't need to look at this, but okay, I'll take your money too. Cool, looks good, great. Signs off on it. Send you back over to the county. Then the county's like, oh, thank you for doing that. Now we're going to take our week and a half to review the plan, send you to planning, which nothing's really changing, so I don't know why you're going to planning. And then you wait another week for planning. They take their money from you. And then, anyways, it changes all the time. Maybe next time you want to go to the fire marshal. Maybe next time you want to go to planning. So that is the minefield. And every county is different. Every municipality is different. Every township's different. So, and then they're all governed by the state, but the state has no control. They can't tell them how to operate. So what needs to happen is the state needs to take over it all and take control of it all, and you go streamline just like you do your license and be done with it. The problem is that you'd get rid of a lot of registered contractors, which are guys that are just registered in specific counties, which make it a little bit harder, but honestly, just go get your certification, be done with it. I hate it for you, but you're making everybody else's life a living heck. And then I heard the second reason, coming from a state representative, actually elected official, said that, well, the problem is that these townships don't want to give up that money. That's how they produce more revenue for their townships. So it's taxation without representation. That's exactly what it is. But that is the minefield of being a contractor. And it's not about how to swing a hammer. It's not about, lumber. It's not about materials. Yes, that's some of it. But the majority of it is how to deal with people and interpersonal skills. And understanding everywhere you go is a little different, and dealing with different types of customers and knowing if they're saying something, they're actually saying that, and then dealing with people's emotions, right? So you come into an office, the lady there is not having a good day, and now all of a sudden you come in pissed off because you're mad because they're literally, it's on them. They're the reason this whole thing's going on, and you let your frustration show. Well, now guess what? You ain't getting nothing. You gonna go to the bottom of the stack, and you can wait there for 6, 7 weeks, never that long, but 2-3 weeks till you get the permit. So definitely a minefield. That is probably the hardest part of contracting. The end. Have a good day.